impact your friendships, do you think? Or
Oh, this is getting like into the nitty-gritty because I feel like it benefits my friendships,
yeah.
of course.
Mm,
But it doesn't feel like it it's an unhealthy benefit.
yeah.
Some people might think it is,
Mm,
but for me, it doesn't. I almost feel like I don't feel obligated to do it, but a part of me is like, in the communities that I'm a part of,
mm,
whilst I can't be any of your therapists, if I have knowledge that you are trying to seek
mm.
and want to explore, why would I hold on to that as a resource? Why
Yeah.
would I not give that to the communities I'm a part of when people are asking for it, asking for my opinion? It feels negligent. And I know I've spoken about like negligence in terms of like harboring resources before. I always let people know that this is through the lens of myself. So, whilst this information might be available to you elsewhere, me telling you it is going to be kind of colored in my perceptions too. So take from that what you will. But I do feel like, why shouldn't I? Why
Yeah.
shouldn't I speak to people about the things that they are interested in when they have questions pertaining to psychology or their own issues? Like, I do it for them, but I try to be as boundaried as possible and say like, this isn't a therapy session, but like, I'm happy for you to
Mm,
check in and ask.
yeah.
um and I don't want to sound like a savior or like I'm, the hero of my community, because I'm absolutely not that. But I also think not all of us, but some of us will have had experiences in families where psychological information just what like it just wasn't a thing. No one
Yeah.
was talking about that. Our parents didn't have those resources. We grew up in households where people weren't emotionally available, or emotional language and literacy just was not a part of our upbringing. So I feel even more like, why would I hold on to this resource?
Yeah.
Like, that's cruel for me to do that if people are asking me. So I have mixed feelings about it. I do try to pump more into the more like joyous parts of my friendships. So it doesn't feel like all I do is talk to people about difficult issues. I want them to know that I'm here if you need me to do that. But also, there are layers and like different facets to the friendships that I have.
Mm. When you were talking, when my with my sister, it's similar. And I think
Yeah.
I'll try and like help with situations like that. Uh, yeah, kind of difficulties. But with friends, you said something when you were speaking about how some people might not think your approach to it is healthy. I think some people
Mm,
might not think my approach to it is healthy.
okay.
The other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
Because I feel like I really switch off my therapist brain when I'm with friends. Quite introverted anyway, so we're only talking about a small pool. But I suppose anyone other than my immediate family and the people I work with, I've really have nothing left to give.
Okay.
Um, Almost to the point where like people will talk to I'm gone, and I just think I don't care. I don't care about this. Almost like a shocking side of me where it's like that's not very empathetic. So I
Yeah.
am good at going, well, they're addicted, so just dump them.
Yeah.
Even though I would never encourage that to anyone that I was working with because I'd really trying to get into what wounds were being activated and everything.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I think it's to the extreme of just like I'm completely switched off from it.
yeah.
Occasionally when I'm teaching as well, when I think there's a lot of times where people will try and get the empathy from you. And I really see it as a finite resource. And I just find myself just going, I have nothing left to give and I'm not going to give it. Or
Yeah.
if I do have stuff left to give, I'm saving that for certain people. Um,
Yeah.
it's like it's potentially a neurodivergent thing as well though. Like I could literally imagine in my head a tank full of my empathy and
Hmm.
and credits, and I only have a certain amount of credits to spend, and I'm very
Hmm.
um mindful about how much I'm spending.
Yeah.
And
You have
like
to
I
be
said,
quite intentional
yeah, yeah,
about where
yeah,
that energy is
yeah,
going.
yeah. And I know when it's
Yeah.
at the bottom, I crash out. And I will use coping mechanisms which you've spoken about before, which may not sit on the top of the healthy list.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
But it makes a lot of sense
yeah.
if that's what that experience is like for you.
Yeah, exactly. It
Mm,
makes sense to
yeah.
me. And I think that's the thing that we're kind of notifying, recognizing that um, everyone's got a different way of handling like
Yeah.
therapist and a dot dot dot.
Yeah. What do you personally need in a friendship?
Just honesty, showing up, um, yeah, just I think consistency in knowing what I'm gonna encounter. I think that's
Mm,
probably why my pool of friends are relatively small and longer term, because
mhm.
I thrive off consistency. I thrive off knowing who I can talk to about what. I love it when I meet someone new and they kind of get into that pool of friends. But yeah, from friendship, I need the consistency of you are the person that I can speak to about this, and I know that you're
Yeah.
gonna be there for me, but also challenge me. Um,
Mhm.
and there'll be different friends that, there'll be some friends that I'll just need to have a laugh with. There'll be other friends that I'll need to be challenged. There'll be other friends that I will want to have really deep conversations with, and then there'll be the
Mhm.
odd people that all of all of the above.
I think what's interesting about what you just said is that there are different friends for different things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that because I believe it too.
Oh yeah, you got to like have different people. Like I think even our friendship, it's like there's that's that can't be replicated anywhere.
Mhm.
Even if you have friends that have similar personalities or from a group or you've all grown up together, you're still, it's a thing that comes up in therapy all the time. No, no, every two people are going to be very, very different. It's the whole thing about identical twins. They still live a different life.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's about being flexible, and having, yeah, letting friends be different things
Mm.
to you, and knowing that you're going to be
Yeah.
different to them. I think this whole, are we how many best friends do you have? What is a best friend? Can you be someone's best friend, but them not your best friend? It's all a
Mhm.
jumble. Um,
Yeah.
your friends and your level of closeness changes over the years.
Yeah. And I think that's hard for some people to acknowledge and accept.
Yeah.
Everyone that we have around us can't be everything
Mm.
that we need.
Yeah.
Our needs, all of our needs can't be met by one person.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the same is to be said with romantic relationships. This one person isn't going to be able to be everything for
Mm.
you.
Yeah.
And it's the same with friendships.
Mm.
If we got arrested today and we
Mm.
had a phone call and we couldn't call family,
Yeah.
there will be a friend that we'd be
Yeah.
like, it's going to be that one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call that one
Yeah.
because I just don't think they're the right person to call, but I'm
Yeah.
going to call this one. And I think we can all,
Mm.
yeah, resonate with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
What do you need from friendships?
You know what's funny? When I heard your answer, I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good answer. My immediate was like, I need fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, it goes back to that emotional intensity for me.
Yeah.
That's just my bag. And it's something I've had to work on. It shouldn't feel like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Roller coasters are fun sometimes, but you don't want to live, no one wants to live on a roller coaster, you
Mm.
know? So I feel like I have a life that is very regulated and quite routine and smooth. And so when I think about friendships, I quite like, again, injections of emotional intensity. I like doing fun things with the people that I love. And so I like friends who know how to have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like those people, and I have a lot of people around me that know how to have a really good time when when it's appropriate to do so. Not all the time. So there's that. And listening to you, I also acknowledge and agree that there has to be a level of consistency in terms of how you're showing up. And I have to trust you. I want to know that the friends who are in that inner circle have my best interests at heart.
Yeah.
And that might not mean telling me what I want to hear all of the time, but you're going to tell me something that you think I need to hear. And it's going to come from a place of love. It's not going to come from a place of, I don't know,
Mm.
envy or resentment or whatever it is. Like, you're going to be really open and honest with me about the things that matter. And I really value that in friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got it's reciprocal, isn't it? And getting,
Yeah.
um looking out for each other.
Yeah.